Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here, and it's time for another beer review. Time for another virgin beer review. Now, if you just found us here on YouTube, do us a favour, help out the channel, give us that big thumbs up. There you go, like, share, subscribe right here. Hop House, that's what we're called. We like hoppy beer, we like good house music. We're on the beer side, and we're looking at more sort of IPAs that you can get in supermarkets that are readily available. So if I enjoy them, you can enjoy them too. Are you ready? Okay, so next up, from a brewery that was considered one of the best breweries in the country for quite a few years, it got bought out, or it got a lot of shares purchased by a mainstreamer, and it went into supermarkets. Now, some people say that the beers are still really good. On draft, when I've had them on keg on draft, they are really good. But they've launched into supermarkets, mainly Sainsbury's. Oh, and recently Tesco. Do you want to see what we're reviewing? So it is from Beavertown, if you haven't worked it out. Beavertown in that there land and town. And it's Lupuloid Ipa. 6.7%. 6.7% ABV, 330ml can. Check out the awesome artwork. It's kind of some sort of Christmas tree looking blob monster with some skulls. It's very cartoony, very crafty, very Beavertown, I guess. All their sort of cans have this sort of artwork to it. 6.7%. So we're in the upper echelon of IPAs. Now, for those that are traditionalists, especially with American style IPAs, they say 6% and above is an IPA. I think in this country 5% and above. So 6.7% is packing a punch. Should we get it out into a glass? Now, I got this from Sainsbury's, my local little local Sainsbury's near work. No, I lie. I got this from a local Sainsbury's here in Telford, because they have 330ml cans, but they don't have the 440mls. £2.20 I think I paid for this. Either £2 or £2.20. So in terms of 330ml cans, that's actually quite pricey, because majority of supermarkets sell them at about 180, 190. 4 for £6. Sainsbury's don't do that. They don't do any offers. They just do it just normal price. So there's your beer in the glass. It looks blonde. In fact, quite blonde when I hold it up to the light. You're not going to probably see it in the camera because you've got a spotlight booming down here, and it's also shining off my blooming bald head. I'm trying to move it around so it's not as bad. That's a little bit better. Right, so that is your beer in a glass. It is really quite light blonde, golden. It's see-through, tiny bit of haze, but not really much to talk about. But there's some good carbonation going up the glass, which does show in the camera. Well, what do you know? It does show. I did whack this in the freezer for about 10-15 minutes just to chill it down a bit. So hopefully it's nice and cold. Should we get the nose in there? Go on then, why not? Rude not to. We're going to give it a whiff. See what we can sniff. Grapefruit. Quite pungently bitter grapefruit, actually. Some pithy orange. It's got that sort of smell to it that you'd expect maybe from an IPA of this strength. Bit of dankness there as well. Doesn't smell bad, to be fair. I mean, I'll admit, the Beavertown beers I've had, because they are quite a big brewery now, and I think I don't know which companies got involved. I'm thinking Heineken, but it's one of the big global sort of European global breweries that have got involved and either taken them out outright or they've put a big share in. So they've got the name out there. So Beavertown now are in a lot of sort of city centre bars, and we went on a works do, and I had quite a few Beavertowns. I think I had the Gamma Ray, and I had another one, and it came in their lovely pint glass. And on keg, on draft, it was lovely, but a lot of people say in cans it suffered. But you know what? That smells bang on the money. That smells lovely and hoppy and bitter and citrusy. Probably getting some, definitely grapefruit, pithy orange, maybe a bit of lime, lemon. Smells decent, and it looks alright, and it laces okay. Should we bottoms up and down the hatch? See how it tastes. Cheers. Whoa. That's probably the best of the bunch that I've had at Beavertown in a can. I'm not going to lie. That's it's quite quaffable. Doesn't taste anything near 6.7%, which is really quite scary. Although now I'm getting more dankness when I sniff it. Maybe a bit of DMS. Something's become a bit unpleasant about this smell. Bit of Laser Vision, sorry, got a sidetrack there. Bit of Laser Vision, there you go. Laser Vision brought to you by the Hop House and this shitty spotlight. Apologies for the lighting. It does lace wonderfully though, and the bubbles follow the bottom of the head. Carbonation. Oh, that DMS smell's gone now. It's definitely grapefruit, citrus and some dankness, like a... I don't know how you explain dankness, you just smell it and you know it's like a dank smell. Maybe a bit piney as well. So is there some Mosaic or Simcoe? I think Simcoe does provide that sort of smell. I actually did a go check out the review if you want to have a bit of a laugh. I did a review of the Castle Rock Seeper Simcoe, which was just Simcoe hopped, and I picked up some random ass smell like a blue cheese, like a Stilton or something. This hasn't got that, but it's got elements of what I smelt in that beer, so that's why I'm wondering if it's either Mosaic, which is one of my favourite hops, or Simcoe, which is a nice hop when it's blended with others, but on its own, I've not enjoyed it when it's been on its own. Now in terms of the taste, mouthfeel is medium. I expect the mouthfeel to be a bit thicker for the ABV of the beer, 6.7%, right? But it doesn't taste thin and watery by any means. A bit fizzy, quite highly carbonated. Flavour wise, it's more on the bitter side. This is more a West Coast. It ain't New England. It's not. It's more West Coast style. I can still taste things down the side of my mouth right now. It's still running down there. It is quite pithy, quite bitter. You've got a bit of malt running down the middle of the tongue. There's not much sweetness involved, maybe a tiny bit. Little tiny bit that enters your mouth at first. But it's really citrusy and grapefruity down the sides of the tongue. It's really quite bitter. It's alright, it's not bad. It's decent, it's okay. It's the best Beavertown I've had in a can. I've had better on draft. Beavertown on keg is lovely. The Gamma Ray is nice, the Session IPA, which name I can't remember now, is nice. But I've not come across this before, so like I say, Virgin Beer Review. It's the nicest one you can get in a can, in my opinion. There's a little aftertaste now coming through of malt, like a malty sort of bready, malty, marmalade-y aftertaste, like a British hoppy aftertaste. So it's interesting. It's got a bit going on. The only thing I'll say is how it initially feels when it goes in your mouth, because it doesn't feel that thick for the 6.7% ABV. Now, I'm nearly 10 minutes in, so I'll say right now, this is my opinion, okay? My opinion only, take it as you will. I'm not a brewer, don't work in the industry, I'm not an expert, so I haven't got a sodding clue how to produce this, right? I haven't got a clue. But comparing it to other beers that I've had, oh, hello. Comparing it to other beers, in my opinion, I think the mouthfeel I would expect to be a bit thicker. It's not bad, but it's only a medium-ish. It's like a 4.5% mouthfeel to me, which I thought you'd expect more than 6.7%. The bitterness is really nice, but then when it goes to this like malty aftertaste, malty, traditional hop aftertaste. It's making me feel like it's like a forced grapefruit bitterness, like it's not genuine. It's adjunky or additive-y, whatever you want to call it. So have they done it through hops, or have they done it to brew it at a cost and whack some grapefruit juice or something in there to give it that bitterness? Overall, it's an interesting drink. It's not bad. It's quite pleasant. I like the bitterness. It's quite similar to when I had the Drygate Hoppy Polar, and I said that the rampaging bitterness didn't go with the other bit of the beer. The bitterness that goes down the side of the tongue does not then go with the aftertaste, in my opinion. So, yeah. Lupuloid. Right, let's have a read of the can. At least some of that writing's quite small, but at least it's not in a daft font that I can't read. So it just says, beer, dope and malter, brewed and packaged at Beavertown Brewery, London, N17. It doesn't tell you anything about the beer. It doesn't even give you the ingredients. Well, it does, sorry. In several languages. So this is obviously exported to a lot of countries. Contains barley, wheat and oats. And that's it. Lupuloid. I've heard that if you go on Beavertown's website, it does tell you what the hops are in there. I would have thought from the smell and the initial taste, maybe a Mosaic or a Simcoe or a combination of the two. I could be totally wrong, but the aftertaste of maltiness and I don't know, it just tastes... The aftertaste doesn't fit with the rest of the beer. It's like two pieces of jigsaw that you're trying to force together that don't fit. Overall, it's alright, it's okay. It's not horrible. So, it's the best Beavertown I've had in a can. So I'll give it a thumbs up, because I probably would buy that again. But it would, I'd buy it again, but it wouldn't be like, whoa, look at that. So it gets a thumbs up. It's not a bad beer, it's not horrible, it's not terrible, it's quaffable. Very quaffable for the strength. That's the scary bit. Thumbs up for Beavertown. Check them out. I think they sell these in Tesco now as well, but I got mine from Sainsbury's. I think they do them individually in Sainsbury's or part of a 4-pack. I believe the ones in Tesco are only in 4-packs. And keep a lookout for the club card offers, because they do put them down in price. Because 4 cans of that in Tesco, I think, costs you £8. £8. You can get a lot better for that. It's not even in the 2 for the club card offers. It's now two packs for £9. So that's £8 for 4 cans of that. Compare that to Vocations Life and Death, 6.5%. Get 4 cans of it for £4.50 with a club card. So you get 2 for £9. I know where my money would be going, and it cost me £1 more than 4 of them. Just saying. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you again for another beer review right here on the Hop House. Ciao for now, people.